So this month, our book club pick was Love Utley by S.J. Tilley. I have read this book before. In the last episode, we talked about our Galentine's Day. And during Galentine's Day, me and Casey kind of wrote down 5 or 6 different books and put it in a cup and picked it out. And Love Utley was our pick. I'm very curious as to see what Casey's Love Utley thoughts are because I'm an S.J. Tilley stan. I love everything that she writes. I've read her entire backlist. I am waiting for Mountain Boss to come out. So, Casey, what are your thoughts?
Let's just say this was like definitely love at first sight.
Yeah.
I mean, they only spent, one night together at the library. And
I will say, so Love Utley is a full novel, okay? But they do have a prequel novella called Tackled in the Stacks about the night that Maddox and Hannah were locked in the library.
I didn't know that.
Yes, you have to okay. I read Love Utley and I loved it. Okay? I liked
it a lot.
I did feel like it was a little insta-lovey, but when I tell you S.J. Tilley does no wrong, she does no wrong. She has the best inner monologues of like her characters I've ever freaking. Oh God!
Well, it was so just good. Like they were in the library. They get together in the library. They get locked in. And the next morning they emerge, and she's wearing his sweatshirt, and they're just like all over each other and blah blah blah. Yeah. And so they were planning on meeting up the next day. Well, then Hannah gets a call that her mom has a heart attack.
Yeah, something happened. Yeah, her mom has a heart attack, and so she has to drop out of university and then kind of go do her own thing.
So
whenever I tell you this happens probably 10 years in the future after college. Maddox has went to the NFL. He's been an NFL star for many, many years. He's finally retired. He has invested his money into some companies, right? Okay. One of the companies that he has bought is the company that Hannah works for. And they have to go
I think she's works for PR.
Something like that.
Yeah, she works for PR. But let's not skip over the fact that before she left, she wrote him a letter.
She did.
She wrote him a letter because because they didn't get each other's phone number, I think it was. They didn't exchange phone numbers.
No, so it was kind of like one of those things where they kept bumping into each other at school. You'll have to read Tackled in the Stacks. But there's a reason they don't get each other's phone number. And then, yeah, she does leave him a letter.
In his mailbox.
Yeah, for him to read.
But after she knocked on the door and everything.
Yeah, she definitely did try to get a hold of him. And then, whenever I tell you, 10 years later, this man is down bad for that girl. He is obsessed. He's still like, Hannah is basically the girl that got away. And, oh God, it's so good. Whenever I tell you, I'm telling you, I could freaking giggle and squeal this whole time. So, Maddox has taken his NFL money and bought a bunch of companies, okay? He has bought the company that Hannah works for, unbeknownst to him. He has no idea that Hannah works for this company. Yeah,
she has one of them. She has to do another interview with the new owners to keep her job, and that's where they run into each other again for the first time. They were like, "Okay, Miss Utley," and he finally looks up.
Maddox is like, "What? What? Oh my God!" The man loses his. He was like, "Wait, I know that last name," and then you just kind of like see him just get even more down bad. He is obsessed with this girl.
Well, she is with him too.
Oh, totally. Because she's like,
look, they went out to, she went out to lunch with a bunch of coworkers and he went too. And he's like, I'm going to order the ham and cheese sandwich or the grilled cheese or something like that. And she just starts bawling her, flipping out, and she excuses herself, goes to the bathroom and just starts bawling her eyes out in the bathroom because it was just like.
Well, it's because that's the sandwich that they ate whenever they were locked in the library. And oh my god.
And he did it to evoke emotion in her, but he did not expect her to get so emotional that she was crying.
He thought that she was gonna like get like embarrassed or kind of like a haha inside joke. He didn't really expect her to get like emotional.
Yeah, I think he was kind of like, if I've been thinking about you all these years, I still remember, you know, the time that we shared and stuff, and he doesn't realize like that's all she's thought about as well.
Yeah, and I will say that Maddox is a jealous MMC. That man,
MMC,
male main character.
Oh,
sorry.
I don't know why the first thing I thought of was motherfucker. I don't know.
No. So like, Hannah will be like talking to her coworkers like in the coffee room or something, and Maddox is like, I'm gonna rip his fucking arms off later or something, and it's just so it's so funny and it's so good, and it's just, oh my god, I love this book so much.
It's so sweet.
Yeah, and yeah, it's very spicy. Like, whenever I was reading it for the first time.
Yeah, the first time they slept together was in her office, and she's like, oh my god, I can never do that again. Like, what?
And then they do it 20 more fucking times in her office. It is so, oh my god, it's so good. And like the comedy, it's definitely like rom-com vibes. I can see this in my brain being made into a movie of like them not knowing that they now work for the same company or whatever.
How about after they left lunch and she gets in the car with that coworker guy?
Oh my god!
And who was being like a total dick the entire time at lunch, and then all of a sudden he gets in a car accident, and here comes Maddox flying out of his car, like goes straight to her door, and she's like freaking out, and he's like, "It's okay, baby. It's okay."
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my god! Like, fuck everybody else.
S.J. Tilley's writing is the same way for every single book. I'm telling you, oh god, Love Utley was an amazing book club pick. I did
like it.
You really need to read oh my god, what is it? Letters to Rosie or something? What is the next one? Hold please. Dear Rosie. Because it's about Maddox's best friend and his childhood best friend.
His best friend. I might be thinking of a different book. He's not a hacker, is he?
Dude, no.
No, he owns a company too that she applied to. Because she was trying to leave Maddox's company.
It's about Nathan. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. She goes and works for Nathan. Yes. So it's about Nathan and his childhood best friend Rosie. And it is so much more emotional than Love Utley. Like, the things that happen to Rosie make you want to fucking hunt these people down and kill them.
Is this like a Letters to Molly type of thing?
No. It's not Letters to Molly, but it is. It's actually very fucking sad, but it is so good.
Shout out to
Devney
Perry Birthday List and Letters to Molly.
So good.
So sad, those two books.
Letters to Molly is one of my favorite books of all time. I have reread that, re-listened multiple times.
I don't think I ever reread that one.
It's so good. Like,
that was like one of those books that was like on the level of P.S. I Love You, where I'm so traumatized by it that I will
She's like, you couldn't pay me to fucking read that
watch or read it again. It scares the shit out of me.
It is really emotional.
When I tell you the first time I ever watched P.S. I Love You, I was still living with Sydney.
She was sobbing.
She was out on the couch with her mom, and I would pause it probably every 5-10 minutes, and I come out, and my face is tomato red, tears flying on my face, snot, and I'm like, what the fuck do you have me reading?
My mom,
she's like, what's wrong with her?
My mom was like, is Casey okay? And I'm like, she's watching P.S. I Love You. She was like, oh, I get it. I'm like, yeah, if you know, you know. Like,
I've never watched it again. I've never watched it again because
I've watched it in bits and pieces only because I'm not emotionally stable enough to watch it in its entirety.
Well, I feel like you have to be somewhat unstable to watch that multiple times. If you want to relive heartbreak over and over over again to that extent,
that's the book.
You might need therapy.
That's the book for you. That's the movie for you.
You might need therapy because that was just listen. And
you need to call a therapist.
And I am a Gerard Butler stan.
God, that man is so fine.
Oh, he can do very explicit things to me. Oh my God, my parents are watching the podcast. I probably should.
Ed's gonna be like, what? Lee's gonna be like, yeah, I totally get it.
Dad, cover your ears.
Sorry, Eddie.
My parents are really supportive, and I can't talk freely because they are listening. Dad, cover your ears. That was not for you.
Gerard Butler could do unspeakable things to me.
Listen. Oh, here's an update on the guy, tall, dark, and handsome from the hotel.
Chain pants.
I know. I've been calling him tall, dark, and handsome.
Okay.
He came to the desk the other night while I was working, and in my sick, deluded mind, he was flirting with me.
You've read too many romance books.
I have. He was flirting with me, but he was just asking about housekeeping, and
that's depressing.
But he was like holding eye contact, and I was like, "I've got cookies right there."
You can have them for free. You can have whatever you want.
I love you!
You have whatever you want for free. You see that snack bar right there? It's yours.
Listen, this man, he makes me.
You're gonna sneak a picture because
I don't know how to speak around him.
The only thing I'm like picturing right now. Okay, so and it may be.
Don't know how to speak around him.
So Elsie Silver has a new book coming out called Wild Side, and it's literally about wrestler. And in my mind, he looks like a wrestler.
No. Oh my God.
Like he's got like
you're talking about wrestling. Oh my, there was one other man that stayed at the hotel that has totally just like taken away my ability to speak and lose my train of thought like that.
Taking up brain space.
And he was another tall, dark, and handsome because guess what? It was not just me. You know, it's not just a one-off like, oh, Casey thinks he's fine and she just like becomes a lemon head. No.
Eliminated.
I was standing at the desk with one of my girls and we were talking. It's like 7:30 in the morning and he's coming back from the gym and he had shorts and a t-shirt on and both legs sleeved, both arms sleeved with tattoos.
Hot.
And he had cauliflower ear.
Oh no, you lost
me. But you're talking.
I couldn't touch it.
No, because you're talking about wrestlers.
Okay.
You're talking about wrestlers.
Wait a minute.
I notice weird things on people. Anyway, so this guy stops at the desk after coming back from the gym, and me and my front desk girl are just like staring at him, and he's asking us. He's like, "Hey, I left my key card in my room. Can I get another one?" And I was like,
"For sure, you can have mine."
I was like, "Hey, he needs a key card. Make him a key card." And she makes him a key card. He goes up there, comes down later in the morning. And he's in uniform, his Marine uniform, and he goes, sleeves rolled up, tattoos shining.
Jesus Christ.
Hair combed over, just looking like an angel.
Looking like an angel. I get it.
And he goes to the breakfast area. He goes to the breakfast area and then comes back up to the desk. And we're standing there talking. He's like, "Hey, do you guys have any to-go plates?" And I'm just standing there. I'm staring at him like this.
Sir,
I'm tapping her like that. And all of a sudden, my front desk girl goes, you need to ask that blonde lady down there, and is pointing at our kitchen lady. You need to ask her for it. And we're just standing there watching, like we set her up for failure.
Just like all collectively, just like do the lean.
Yeah, and then she turns around, and you just saw everything drain from her face because the guy goes up to her and goes, "Excuse me," and she turns around, she looks.
So he's got manners. Hot.
Yes. So she turns around, she looks at him, and she goes, and he's like,
flustered face.
Yeah. And he's like, "Do you have any to-go plates?" And blah, blah, blah. And she's just like standing there staring at him. And
I'll give you a to-go plate.
She looks at us and we're like,
Oh my
And she's
God.
like, I'm so sorry we don't. And he's like, dang, guess I'm not going to eat this morning. She goes, no, I've got tinfoil. I've got aluminum foil. I'll wrap it up for you.
I'll find something. I'll put in my purse. I'll go with you.
Yeah. I've never been stunned speechless like that, but he was
an angel.
Yeah, he
from
was.
above.
I'm telling you, Sydney. If it was appropriate for me to be like, smile. Or legal. It's not legal at all. To be like, hey, I need to show my girlfriend what you look like.
I need a new background for my...
Okay.
Bye, book girlies.
Bye, my book girlies. Love you. Have a good week. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.